The big space station orbiting Earth shone like a silver coin against the blackness of space. Inside, Commander Tyke walked the long hallway, his back straight and his face calm. But inside, his heart beat fast. Today, humans would meet aliens, for the first time. "Commander, they're almost here," said Jisoo, looking up from her tablet. She was young, with quick eyes and quicker thoughts. As Earth's best engineer, she had been chosen to join the welcome team. Teak nodded. "Are we ready?" "As ready as we'll ever be," Jisoo said with a small smile. The year was 2187. After years of sending signals into space, Earth had finally gotten an answer. A group called the Galactic Coalition had contacted them, saying they would send representatives from 7 alien species. They said they came in peace to welcome humans to the wider galaxy. Tyke and Jisoo stood with 10 other humans in the docking area. They represented different parts of Earth: scientists, leaders, and military officers. All wore their best clothes and brightest smiles, hiding their fear and excitement. A soft hum filled the air as the alien ship connected to the station. The door slid open. The aliens walked through in a line. They looked strange to human eyes. Some tall with blue skin, others short with extra arms, one that seemed to float rather than walk. But they all moved with the easy confidence of those who knew they were powerful. A tall alien with silver skin stepped forward. "I am Ambassador Lorne of the Galactic Coalition. We greet Earth and its people." The words came through a small device on the alien's chest, translating its clicks and whistles into human language. Tyke bowed slightly. "Welcome to Earth Station 1. I am Commander Tyke of the Korean Unification, speaking for Earth today." The formal greetings went well. The aliens seemed polite, if a bit stiff. Then came the tour of the station, where things began to change. As they showed the aliens Earth's best technology, Tyke noticed looks passing between them. Not friendly looks, more like the looks rich people give when visiting a poor village. The problem started in the engine room. Jisoo proudly showed them the station's power core, the most advanced human technology. "This fusion reactor powers our entire station," she explained. "It took 20 years to perfect." A short alien with purple skin and 3 eyes made a sound like water going down a drain. The translator said, "You use fusion? How? Basic?" The alien was named Keval, a senior engineer from the Velsarian species. Jisoo's smile faltered. "It's very efficient for our needs." "Of course it is," Keval said, not hiding the mockery in his voice. "Just as a child's drawings are perfect for a refrigerator door." Tyke saw Jisoo's face turn red. He stepped in quickly. "We're still developing our technology. We hope to learn from the coalition." "Indeed you will," Keval said. "You have much to learn." The tour continued to the shipyard viewing area. Through the big windows, Earth's pride was visible. The Phoenix, humanity's first ship built for deep space travel. It had taken 50 years and the resources of every nation to create. It was beautiful to human eyes, sleek and powerful. Keval and the other aliens looked at it and laughed. "That is your deep space vessel?" Keval asked. "It would barely reach the edge of your solar system before falling apart." "The Phoenix can reach speeds of 1/10 light speed," Jisoo said, her voice tight. "It's the fastest ship humans have ever built." "We call ships like that system hopper," Keval said. "We give them to children for short trips between planets. Your best technology is our children's toys." Take watched Jisoo's hands ball into fists. He felt the same anger, but kept his face blank. Getting angry would not help Earth. Throughout the day, the aliens continued to look down on human technology. They called Earth's best computers quaint calculating machines. They said Earth's medicine was barely better than cutting people open and hoping. They touched the walls of the station and asked if it was held together with hope and sticky tape. Each comment was a small cut to the humans' pride. At the end of the tour, they gathered in the meeting room. The alien ambassador, Lorne, spoke formally. "The Galactic Coalition has reviewed your civilization and technology. We are pleased to offer Earth probationary membership." Probationary? Tyke asked. Yes. Full membership is for advanced species. Only. Probationary status means we will guide your development. Think of yourselves as children, and we will be your teachers. Tyke saw the other humans shifting uncomfortably. No one liked being called children. That is very generous, Tyke said carefully. It is, Lorne agreed, not catching the edge in Tyke's voice. Few species receive such an offer so early in their development, but we see potential in humans, despite your primitive technology. After the meeting, Tyke was given instructions. In 3 months, he would lead a small human group to visit the Coalition's main ship, the Eternal Light. It would be humanity's first trip beyond the solar system, carried there by alien ships since human vessels were not suitable for such travel. When the aliens left, Jisoo found Tyke staring out the window at the Phoenix. They treated us like we were stupid, Jisoo said, anger clear in her voice. Yes, Tyke admitted. They did. Our technology may not be as advanced as theirs, but it's not garbage. We built this station. We built the Phoenix. We did it with our own minds and hands. Tyke nodded slowly. There was something strange about them. Did you notice how interested they were in our old technology? They barely looked at our newest inventions but asked many questions about how we developed earlier tech. Jisoo's eyes narrowed. You're right. And there was something about their ships. Something familiar, but I can't place it. We have 3 months before we visit their headquarters, Tyke said. I want you to study everything they shared about their technology. Look for anything unusual. You think they're hiding something? I don't know, Tyke said. But no one laughs that much unless they're hiding fear or hiding secrets. Either way, I want to know what it is. Jisoo nodded, her bright mind already working on the puzzle. I'll find it, whatever it is. As they looked out at the stars, neither knew they were about to uncover a truth that would change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. The aliens had mocked human technology today, but soon they would learn a lesson about where their own technology really came from, and it would be humans teaching that lesson. 3 months passed quickly. During that time, Jisoo barely slept. She spent her days and nights studying the information the aliens had shared about their technology. The aliens called it basic knowledge suitable for developing species, but it was still far beyond what humans had made on their own. Commander Tyke worried about her. You need to rest, he told her one night when he found her still working at her desk, eyes red from looking at screens for too long. I can't, Jisoo said. Something isn't right. The way their ships work, it's like I've seen it before, but I can't remember where. Today was the day they would leave Earth to visit the alien headquarters. Commander Tyke led a small team of 5 humans to the meeting point where the alien ship would pick them up. Jisoo walked beside him, carrying a small bag with her research tools. Did you find anything? Tyke asked quietly. Nothing solid, Jisoo admitted. But I have a feeling. The way they build their engines has a pattern that looks like old human designs from the history books. It's probably nothing. Tyke nodded slowly. Trust your feelings. They're usually right. The alien ship arrived, a sleek vessel that seemed to glow with its own light. It was beautiful but also made the humans feel small. Their best ships looked like toys next to it. Kival, the Velsarian engineer who had mocked them before, was waiting at the door. Welcome aboard, he said, his 3 eyes blinking in what might have been amusement. Try not to touch anything important. Your understanding of our technology is limited. Tyke gave a polite nod, hiding his annoyance. We are eager to learn. The journey to the Coalition headquarters took just 2 days, though it would have taken human ships years to travel the same distance. The humans were given small rooms and told to stay in certain areas of the ship, but Jisoo had other plans. Late on the first night when the ship was quiet, she slipped out of her room. She had watched carefully when the aliens entered door codes and had a good memory for numbers. She made her way to the engineering section, a place they had been told was off limits. The door opened with the code she had seen an alien use earlier. Inside was a large room filled with glowing machinery. Jisoo's eyes went wide. This was the heart of the ship where its power came from. She took out her small tablet and began taking pictures and notes. Much of the technology was beyond her understanding, but some parts looked strangely familiar. The basic design of the power core reminded her of something she had studied in school. Old theoretical designs from Earth's dark age of technology, a time from 2090 to 2120 when humans nearly destroyed themselves in a global war. "This can't be right," she whispered to herself. A noise made her hide behind a large machine. Two aliens walked by, talking in their own language. When they left, Jisoo continued her secret exploration. In a small room off the main area, she found something interesting. A computer screen showing designs and plans. Using her knowledge of the aliens' number system, she began to access the files. What she found made her gasp. The designs on the screen were for the aliens' most advanced technology, but they had notes and references that made no sense. They referred to something called origin source and had dates going back over 700 Earth years. Jisoo copied as much as she could to her tablet before sneaking back to her room. For the rest of the night, she studied what she had found. By morning, she had a wild theory but needed more proof. She needed to access the aliens' main database. When they arrived at the Coalition headquarters, a massive ship called the Eternal Light that was bigger than Earth's largest city, Jisoo was ready. During the tour of the huge ship, she paid careful attention to everything, especially the information systems. That night, she told Commander Tyke what she had found. "I think the aliens are hiding something big," she said. "Their technology has elements that look like old human designs. Not our current tech, but theoretical work from hundreds of years ago." Tyke looked doubtful. "That's impossible. Humans didn't have space travel centuries ago." "I know it sounds crazy," Jisoo admitted, "but I need to get into their main database, to be sure. Will you help me?" Tyke thought for a long moment. "What you're suggesting could cause a diplomatic incident, but if you're right, this could change everything. What do you need?" "A distraction," Jisoo said, "and about 20 minutes. Later that night, Tyke created a small emergency by accidentally setting off a minor alarm in his quarters. While the aliens were dealing with the confused human commander, Jisoo slipped into the ship's central information room. The aliens' security was surprisingly simple. They had never expected a primitive human to try to access their systems, so they hadn't put strong protections in place. Jisoo got into the main database in just minutes. What she found there changed everything. The deepest files confirmed her wild theory. Much of the aliens' technology, especially their most advanced systems, had been reverse-engineered from a single source, a human vessel they had found drifting in deep space over 700 years ago. The ship was called the Horizon. According to Earth's history books, it was mankind's first attempted interstellar vessel, launched in 1483 during a time that modern humans knew almost nothing about. History said the ship was lost with all hands during its maiden voyage. But it wasn't lost. It had been found by early Velsarian explorers, who spent centuries taking it apart and rebuilding their entire civilization based on its technology. The most shocking part was that the Horizon contained technology far more advanced than even current human capabilities. The record showed confused alien scientists trying to understand how primitive humans had built such advanced systems. They had kept their discovery secret, presenting the technology as their own invention to other alien species. Jisoo downloaded everything she could find about the Horizon to her tablet. Her hands were shaking as she made her way back to her room. When she showed Taek what she had found, his normally calm face showed pure shock. "Are you sure about this?" he asked, his voice low. "It's all here," Jisoo said, pointing to the files. Pictures of the original ship, records of their research. They even kept the ship itself. It's in a museum on the Velsarian homeworld, labeled as an artifact of unknown origin. Tyke sat down heavily. "So all their advanced technology, everything they've been mocking us for not having, was ours to begin with," Jisoo finished. "They've been using our own technology to look down on us for being primitive. And the really big question is, how did humans 700 years ago build a ship more advanced than anything we have now?" Tyke looked out at the stars through the small window in their quarters. "We need to tell the others. And then we need proof that everyone can see. Jisoo nodded, her mind racing with the implications of what they had discovered. The Velsarians won't admit this easily. They've built their entire reputation on being technological leaders. Then we'll have to make them admit it, Tyke said, his voice firm. It's time humans took back what's ours. The next morning, Commander Tyke called a meeting with the small human team. They gathered in their shared common room away from alien ears. Jisoo connected her tablet to a screen on the wall, showing what she had found. This can't be real, said Dr. Park, the team's historian. His eyes were wide as he looked at the images of the ancient human ship. Our history books say humans didn't have this kind of technology until the late 21st century. The records don't lie, Jisoo said. This ship, the Horizon, was built and launched in 1483. The aliens have pictures of it, studies of its systems, even the original human writing on its hull. But how? Asked Lin, another team member. We were still using wooden sailing ships in 1483. Not everyone, it seems, Tyke said quietly. The records suggest there was an advanced human civilization that kept itself hidden from the rest of the world. Jisoo nodded. And according to what I found, most of this advanced civilization was destroyed by a massive solar flare around 1490. It wiped out their technology and threw humans back to a much simpler time. The team fell silent, trying to absorb this shocking news. What do we do with this information? Dr. Park finally asked. Tyke straightened his shoulders. We confront them. Today we're scheduled to meet the full Coalition Council. We'll present our findings there. They'll deny it, Lin warned. The Velsarians won't admit they've been lying to the entire galaxy for centuries. Maybe, Tyke agreed. But we have evidence, and the other alien species deserve to know the truth too. 3 hours later, the human team stood before the Coalition Council. 12 alien leaders sat in a half-circle on raised seats. 7 different species were represented, with the Velsarian leader in the center position. Kival, the engineer who had mocked human technology, stood to the side as an advisor. Tyke stepped forward. Honored Council, we thank you for your welcome. Before we discuss Earth's membership in your coalition, we have discovered information that must be addressed. The Velsarian leader tilted his purple head. Proceed, human. Tyke nodded to Jisoo, who connected her tablet to the room's main display. On the big screen appeared images of the Horizon, the ancient human ship. This vessel was built by humans in the year 1483 of our calendar, Tyke said clearly. It was our first attempt at interstellar travel. All of our records show it was lost, but it wasn't lost, was it? It was found by Velsarian explorers. The room grew very quiet. The Velsarian leader's 3 eyes blinked rapidly, but he said nothing. Tyke continued. This ship contained technology far beyond what most humans had at that time. Technology that the Velsarians took apart, studied, and used to advance their own civilization. Technology they then presented to the galaxy as their own invention. One of the other alien leaders, a tall blue being, leaned forward. What evidence do you have of this claim? Jisoo changed the display to show the files she had downloaded from the alien database. These are records from your own archives. They detail how Velsarian scientists spent centuries reverse engineering human technology. They show how everything from your faster-than-light drives to your energy weapons was based on systems found on the Horizon. The council chamber erupted with noise as the alien leaders began talking all at once. The Velsarian leader raised a hand for silence, his face dark with anger. These humans have illegally accessed private Velsarian records, he said. This is a crime against our sovereignty. Is that your only defense? Tyke asked. You don't deny what we found? The room fell silent again. Then Kival stepped forward, his 3 eyes fixed on the humans with clear hatred. Very well, he said. It's true we found a drifting vessel long ago. It's true we learned from it, but that doesn't change anything. It changes everything, Jisoo said. You've been mocking us for being primitive while using our own technology against us. Kival laughed, a harsh sound. Your technology. You can't even understand it anymore. Your people forgot how to build it. You lost the knowledge your ancestors had. What does it matter who invented it first if you can no longer comprehend it? The blue alien leader spoke again. Kival, are you admitting the Velsarians have hidden the origins of technology you shared with the rest of us? Technology you claimed to have invented? Kival looked trapped. He glanced at the Velsarian leader, who gave a small nod. The origins are irrelevant, Kival said. The humans clearly suffered some catastrophe that destroyed their advanced civilization. They forgot their own achievements. We found their abandoned technology and put it to good use. Would you rather we had left it to drift forever in space? You should have told the truth, Tyke said firmly. You should have acknowledged where it came from. And what would that have accomplished? Kival asked, his voice rising. The humans who built that ship are long dead. Current humans couldn't even recognize their own technology when they saw it. We showed you our ships, built using principles from the horizon, and you had no idea they were based on human designs. The council chamber became noisy again as the alien leaders argued among themselves. Many seemed upset with the Velsarians for keeping secrets. Others questioned whether it mattered who had invented the technology first. The Velsarian leader finally spoke. This changes nothing about Earth's status. Even if their ancestors once built advanced technology, current humans are still primitive by our standards. They must still earn their place in the galaxy. Jisoo stepped forward, her eyes flashing with anger. We want to see the horizon. Your records say it's still preserved in a museum on your homeworld. Absolutely not, Kival said quickly. It's a priceless historical artifact. It's our artifact, Tyke said. Built by human hands. We have the right to see it. The blue alien leader stood up. I agree with the humans. If you have nothing to hide, Velsarians, you should allow them to examine this ship. If it truly is of human origin, they may find proof in its construction or markings. Other council members nodded in agreement. The Velsarian leader looked trapped, his three eyes darting between his fellow council members. Very well, he said, finally. A small human team may view the horizon, but they will be closely monitored, and they may not remove anything from the museum. Tyke bowed slightly. Thank you. That is all we ask. As the meeting ended, the human team gathered in the hallway outside the council chamber. They could feel the stares of passing aliens, some curious, some hostile. They admitted it, Lin said, sounding surprised. I didn't think they would. They had no choice, Jisoo said. The evidence was too clear. Tyke looked thoughtful. This is just the beginning. Seeing the horizon is the next step. We need to learn how our ancestors built such advanced technology and why that knowledge was lost. And if we can prove it's truly of human origin, Dr. Park added, it will change our position in the coalition. They can't treat us like children if we can show we once taught them. Tyke nodded. Prepare yourselves. We leave for the Velsarian homeworld tomorrow, and I suspect they won't make this easy for us. As they walked back to their quarters, Jisoo moved beside Tyke. Did you see Kival's face when he had to admit the truth? I've never seen someone so angry. The Velsarians built their entire reputation on being technological leaders, Tyke said. We just showed the galaxy that their position is based on a lie. They won't forgive that easily. What do you think we'll find on the horizon? Jisoo asked. Tyke looked out at the stars through a window in the hallway. Answers, I hope, and maybe something even more valuable, our forgotten legacy. The journey to the Velsarian homeworld took 3 days. The humans traveled on a small ship with a Velsarian crew who barely spoke to them. Kival was there too, watching them with his 3 purple eyes, always suspicious. When they arrived, Jisoo pressed her face to the window. The Velsarian planet looked nothing like Earth. It had 3 small moons and rings like Saturn. The cities below glowed with blue and white lights. It's beautiful, she said. Don't sound so surprised, Kival said from behind her. We may not have invented all our technology, but we built this civilization ourselves. Take gave the alien engineer a level look. No one is saying otherwise, we only want the truth acknowledged. The ship landed at a large building that looked like a dome made of silver metal. This was the Central Museum of Velsarian Achievement, where the horizon was kept. Remember, Kival told them as they walked toward the entrance, you may look, but not touch. The artifact is delicate after so many centuries. Inside, the museum was huge and filled with strange objects. The aliens led them past many exhibits, moving quickly as if they didn't want the humans to see too much. Finally, they reached a large room at the center of the building, and there it was. The horizon sat in the middle of the room, held up by silver supports. It was smaller than Jisoo had expected, about the size of a large airplane. Its shape was smooth and round, unlike the sharp angles of modern spacecraft. The metal of its hull was dark with age but still shone in places, and on its side, in faded but still visible letters, was its name in human writing, the Horizon. Below that was a line that made Jisoo gasp. United Earth Science Division, 1483. United Earth? Dr. Park whispered. There was no United Earth government in the 15th century. Apparently there was, Tyke said softly, but history forgot it. Keevil stood to the side, watching them with his arms crossed. Satisfied? You've seen it. Now we can go. Not so fast, Tyke said. The council agreed we could examine it properly. We need time. Keeval's face darkened, but he nodded stiffly. You have 3 hours. Jisoo approached the ship slowly, her heart beating fast. This was built by humans centuries ago. Humans who had achieved what modern Earth was still struggling to accomplish. She reached out a hand toward the hull. No. Touching. Keevil snapped. We need to see inside, Jisoo said. Out of the question, Keevil replied. Tyke stepped forward. The council's ruling was clear. We are allowed to properly examine the vessel. That includes the interior. A silent argument passed between them. Finally, Keeval pressed something on his wrist device. A small door on the side of the horizon slid open with a soft hiss. Be careful, he warned. Some systems may still be active. Jisoo was the first to enter, followed by Tyke and Dr. Park. Inside, the ship was surprisingly spacious. The control room had seats for 6 people and screens that were dark with age. The design was simple but beautiful, with smooth curves instead of sharp corners. This is amazing, Jisoo whispered. She ran her fingers over a control panel. To her, shock, lights flickered on the panel. It still has power after 700 years? Dr. Park asked in disbelief. The power core is still functional, Keevil said from the doorway. We've never fully understood how it works. It seems to generate energy from nothing. Jisoo moved deeper into the ship. The engine room was at the back, and it took her breath away. At the center was a glowing blue sphere about the size of a basketball, floating in a clear container. An antimatter reactor, she said in awe. Stable antimatter containment. We're still centuries away from mastering this technology. Tyke looked at Keeval. This is what powers all your ships, isn't it? The alien engineer didn't answer, but his silence was confirmation enough. Jisoo connected her tablet to a port on the wall. To her surprise, it connected easily. The systems are compatible with our technology, she said. I can access the ship's database. That's not possible, Keevil said, moving forward. We've been trying to fully access those systems for centuries. Jisoo looked up at him with a small smile. Maybe it was waiting for human hands. As data began flowing to her tablet, Jisoo's eyes widened. This ship was designed to evolve over time, she said. It has an artificial intelligence system that continues to improve its own systems even when not in use. That's why your technology seems more advanced than the original, Tyke realized. The ship kept upgrading itself even as it drifted through space before your people found it. Jisoo moved to another room and stopped suddenly. Commander, you need to see this. Tyke joined her in what appeared to be the captain's quarters. A small desk held a book, an actual paper book, preserved behind some kind of clear shield. Ryuan. Its cover were the words Captain's Log, Admiral Hwan. Another Korean name, Tyke said softly. Keeval reluctantly deactivated the shield. You may view it, but not remove it. Jisoo carefully opened the book. The pages were old but perfectly preserved. The writing was in an old form of Korean but still readable. Final entry, Jisoo read aloud. April 15, 1483. The mission has failed. Our sensors detect a massive solar storm approaching Earth. All ships are ordered to return, but we are too far now. We can only hope our warning reached them in time. If they manage to activate the planetary shields, humanity may survive what's coming. If not, she looked up at Take, her face pale. The next page talks about how a solar flare of unprecedented power hit Earth. It destroyed most of the advanced technology and killed millions of people. Survivors would have been thrown back to a primitive state, which explains why history doesn't record this advanced civilization. Dr. Park said, the survivors had to start over, and the knowledge was lost. Jisoo continued reading, her voice growing more excited. Listen to this. The Horizon was built with our most advanced systems, the adaptive AI core, the self-sustaining antimatter reactor, the evolved materials that can repair themselves over time. This ship represents the pinnacle of human achievement. If found by future generations, it contains all they would need to rebuild what we have lost. Tyke looked at Kival. Your people found this ship with its knowledge intact, and instead of trying to return it or share what you learned, you kept it secret and claimed the technology as your own. The alien engineer looked away. It was drifting in space, abandoned. We had no way of knowing where it came from at first. By the time we translated enough to learn its origin, our society had already built itself around these technologies. What would you have had us do? Admit to the galaxy that our greatest achievements were borrowed from a species we hadn't even met yet? Yes, Tyke said simply. That would have been the right thing to do. Jisoo was still examining the ship's systems on her tablet. The most amazing thing is that humans 700 years ago built technology with fundamental principles we're only now beginning to rediscover. The AI in this ship is still active, still learning. And look at this. The ship was designed to evolve over centuries. She showed Tyek a diagram on her screen. Our ancestors knew they might lose everything, so they built this ship to preserve their knowledge and continue advancing it. They were planning for the future even as their civilization was about to fall. Dr. Park looked around the ship with new eyes. This isn't just a vessel, it's a time capsule. A gift from our past to our future. As the 3 hours came to an end, Tyke gathered his team. We've seen enough, we have the proof we came for. As they exited the Horizon, Tyke turned to Kival. Now we know the truth. It's time the rest of the galaxy did too. The return journey to the Coalition headquarters was tense. The humans sat together, talking quietly about what they had found. The Velsarians kept their distance, but Kival watched them with his 3 purple eyes, worry clear on his alien face. What will you do now? He finally asked Tyke. We will tell the truth, Tyke said simply. The whole galaxy should know where your technology really came from. Kival's skin darkened with anger. You would destroy our standing in the Coalition out of spite? Jisoo looked up from her tablet. It's not about spite, it's about honest history. You've been treating us like children who need teaching, when all along you were using our ancestors' ideas. Your demands will not be reasonable, I'm sure, Kival said bitterly. Tyke shook his head. We don't want to harm the Velsarians. We just want respect and access to the knowledge that came from our own people. When they arrived at the Coalition headquarters, a full council meeting was called. All 12 alien leaders were there, along with many other aliens who had heard rumors about the humans' discovery. The large meeting hall was packed. Tyke stood before them all, calm and strong. Jisoo and Dr. Park stood beside him with their evidence ready. Honored Council, Tyke began, we have confirmed what we suspected. The ship known as the Horizon was indeed built by humans in the year 1483. We found clear proof of its Earth origins, including writing in our languages and the captain's log. He nodded to Jisoo, who projected images from the ship onto the large screen for all to see. The most important discovery, Tyke continued, is why humans lost this advanced technology. A massive solar storm hit Earth, destroying our civilization's infrastructure and killing millions. The survivors had to rebuild from almost nothing, and the knowledge was lost. The blue alien leader leaned forward. This is indeed a remarkable discovery. But what do you humans want from us now? Do you demand the return of all technology based on the Horizon's designs? That would be impossible after so many centuries of development. Tyke smiled slightly. No, we are not here to make unreasonable demands. We are here to propose a new beginning. He walked slowly around the front of the room, looking at each alien leader. Humans do not claim superiority based on what our ancestors built 700 years ago. We lost that knowledge through a natural disaster, and we must earn it back through our own efforts. But we do ask to be judged by our potential, not our current limitations. Murmurs spread through the room as the aliens discussed this. What exactly are you proposing? Asked the Velsarian leader, his voice cautious. A true partnership, Tyke answered. Not as teacher and student, but as equals with different strengths. We want full access to the technology derived from the Horizon, so we can relearn what was once ours. In return, we offer our unique human perspective, the same creative thinking that built the Horizon in the first place. Jisoo stepped forward. The most amazing thing we discovered is that the Horizon was built to evolve. Its systems were designed to keep improving over time, with or without human input. This adaptability is something our ancestors valued, and it's something we still practice today. Dr. Park added, We've seen how the Velsarians and other species have developed the Horizon's technology in new directions. We don't want to take that away. We want to add our ideas to yours, to go even further together. The council room fell quiet as the aliens considered this. Finally, the blue alien leader spoke. I believe the humans are being more than fair. They could demand recognition and payment for centuries of using their technology. Instead, they ask only for respect and the chance to learn. Other alien leaders nodded in agreement. Even some of the Velsarians in the room looked relieved at this reasonable approach. The Velsarian leader stood. The truth is not always comfortable, but it must be faced. We have built our reputation on technology that came at its core from human innovation. We should have acknowledged this long ago. He looked directly at Tyek. The Velsarian people will open our technological archives to Earth. We will help humans relearn what was lost. This is not charity. It is the return of a long overdue debt. Over the next few days, agreements were signed. Earth would receive full access to Coalition technology, with special focus on systems derived from the Horizon. Human engineers and scientists would be welcomed at Coalition research centers, and the Horizon itself would be returned to Earth where it belonged. On their final day at the Coalition headquarters, Tyke found Kival working alone in a small room. Engineer Kival, Tyke said politely. May I speak with you? The Velsarian looked up, his three eyes blinking in surprise. I thought you would be celebrating your victory. It's not a victory if anyone loses, Tyke said, sitting down across from him. The galaxy is better when we all work together honestly. Kival was quiet for a moment. It was wrong of us to hide the truth. But you must understand, by the time I was born, the story of the Horizon's origins was already ancient history to us. We were taught that we had invented these technologies ourselves. I understand, Tyke said. People throughout history have sometimes forgotten or changed the stories of where things came from. Kival looked at him with new respect. You are more generous than I would be in your position. 1 month later, a ceremony was held on Earth's space station. The Horizon had been carefully transported back to its home world and now sat in a special dock where all could see it. Representatives from all Coalition species attended along with Earth's leaders. Jisoo stood next to Tyke, watching as humans and aliens mingled together, talking as equals. I never thought I'd see this, she said. A month ago they were laughing at our technology. Amazing what a little history lesson can do, Tyke said with a small smile. Across the room they could see Earth engineers working side by side with alien scientists, including some Velsarians. They were already planning improvements to the Phoenix, Earth's modern ship, using the recovered knowledge from the Horizon. What happens now? Jisoo asked. Teak looked out the window at the stars. Now we catch up. Our ancestors sent us a gift across time. Knowledge that was lost but not gone forever. With it, humans will take their place in the galaxy again. As the ceremony ended, Taek and Jisoo stood on the observation deck. Below them, work had already begun on the Phoenix. Using the recovered technology, Earth's engineers were rebuilding it, making it worthy of its ancient predecessor. They mocked what we are, Jisoo said quietly, never realizing what we were and what we will become again. The upgraded Phoenix fired its engines for the first time, testing the new systems based on its ancestors' designs. The light from its engines made a bright path through space, like a bridge connecting humanity's forgotten past to its new future. Tyke smiled. The aliens weren't laughing anymore. They were watching with respect and maybe a little bit of awe. Humanity had suffered a great fall, but now they were rising again, and this time, they would remember where they came from and how far they could go. The Phoenix accelerated faster than any modern human ship had ever flown before. It was just the beginning.